Welcome back, children, to our online classes once more. Today we are going to start with letters of inquiry. INQUIRY, ENQUIRY. Both the spellings are accepted, and we are going to see again the content of an inquiry letter, because I have already told you that the formal letters are all carrying the same format: the sender's address, leave a line, date, leave a line, receiver's address with the receiver's designation, then again leave a line, subject, then the salutation comes. After leaving another line, drop one more line, then the salutation comes, and then you start with the content or the body of the letter. Now basically I would like you to focus on the body, because this is varying from letter to letter. Otherwise the format is all same, but the content varies from letter to letter. So now we are going to look at the body of or content of this letters of inquiry. Now why should we write letters of inquiry? Because it describes what the writer wants and why. Right? Whenever you have an inquiry, you want to inquire about something. So what the writer wants and why. The more unusual the request, the more convincing the reason needs to be. Now unusual request means if it is not a normal inquiry, then you have to write a more strong reason so that the reply is there for your inquiry. Now in that case, let me give you an example. Supposing you are inquiring about a flat. Now the advertiser has given all the details about the flat. Now you would like to inquire about something special. Like supposing if you are inquiring about a rooftop garden. It is something very special. So in that case, you have to state a very good reason that you are inquiring about a rooftop garden or a rooftop swimming pool. So whatever it is, the more unusual the request, the more convincing you have to be, so that the inquiry letter becomes a strong one. The purpose of this form of inquiry of writing is to obtain information from the reader. If your inquiry, if your letter is not strong, nobody will like to reply to your letter. So if the reader is not expecting your letter, supposing if that person is not expecting whom you are writing to, if that person is not expecting your letter, then it becomes very difficult. So in that case, what will you do? You will state your purpose, you will list your questions, you will offer something in return and follow up with a thank you note who responded. So we are going to have a look. Subject heading. So after the salutation, what kind of before the salutation, what kind of heading should we use for the subject? We can use like inquiry about textbooks, inquiry about website, request for brochures, request for any questions regarding any product components. Now CBSE is accepting both the formats, like sometimes we are writing subject before salutation and sometimes we are writing subject after the salutation. CBSE is accepting both, so you may write subject above the salutation or below the salutation, and these kinds of inquiries or subject heading you can use for your letter. Now the first paragraph, what should you write in the first paragraph? It should serve as a summary for the whole letter. It should include the name of your organization, the amount needed or requested, the quantity you need, and the description of a project. The qualifications and brief description, timetable, this is all not required, because if you are inquiring about books, you need to, if you are placing some inquiry about list of books or any kind of library books, you are inquiring whether this book is there or not. In that case, you need to write the name of your school, the number of books you need, okay, and the description of the book that you need. Okay, so this kind of inquiry in the first paragraph should be there. Now, how will you begin your first paragraph? Now see, I have just highlighted, I have taken the examples of the first paragraph. The highlight is here. Please send me, could you please send me? I would be grateful if you could tell me. I am writing to inquire whether. I would be grateful if you could. So this is something like we all need to maintain, because inquiry letters have to be very, very polite. Could you send me more details about? Now a more detailed request. Could you tell me whether, like whatever you are asking, an additional inquiry. Supposing if you are asking something about the bus timings, and you have already asked a number of things, a number of questions you have asked. So this is an additional transport inquiry. So could you tell me whether the bus timings would be suitable, would be convenient, or the bus timings are available from this time to this time. So these are all additional inquiries. Now coming to the second paragraph, this should be there in the first paragraph. So first paragraph, I am again saying that it should name your organization, the amount, and the description. Supposing if it is something like your transport facilities, so it will be naming your school. So what exactly you need, the transport facility, and then what all things, like your bus stop should be mentioned, from where the pickup has to be there, it should be mentioned, at what time you need the pickup to be done. Everything should be there in the first paragraph. So these are the lines which you can use for writing your first paragraph. The second paragraph, this tells the reader why you are contacting his or her organization and gives further details of an inquiry. You have contacted this organization before and you would like to contact it again. You have not contacted, but you have heard about them on the website or from anywhere else, and so you should describe from where, such as from an advert or a recommendation or from a website, that you have to mention in the second paragraph. In the second paragraph, here is an example. I saw your advert in the HK Daily on June. See the date and the year is also mentioned. Your company was recommended to me by so and so. Either you use the first line, or you use the second line, or you use the third line, or you use the fourth line. So the second paragraph should contain, the opening line of the second paragraph should contain any one of these lines, right? The final paragraph, this is like it should contain a polite expression and or an expression of thanks to the reader. The degree of politeness and therefore the length depends on how unusual or difficult your request is. So thanks for a very informal and normal inquiry. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. These are all for normal inquiries. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Again, a normal inquiry. Politely you are winding up. Thank you for your assistance. Thank you very much for your kind assistance. Now we come to a typically unusual request, and so this can be a very, very recommended line, that I appreciate that this is an unusual request, but I would be very grateful for any help you could provide. I look forward to hearing from you. So this is for unusual request. Now here is an example. You can zoom it and check it out. This is an inquiry letter. Okay, so zoom it and check it out. I have already zoomed it. So this is for your reference. You can check it out for your understanding. So I'll be also asking you to, this is the international format that is used. You can use some of the lines, or you can think of paraphrasing or making your own lines. So if you are innovative, if you are creative, follow this format but make your own lines so that it becomes a bit related to our communication, Indian communication. Okay, so this is how we end. Now we are coming to the reply to inquiries. So supposing if the question is asking you to reply to any particular inquiry, how will you begin the first paragraph? Thank you for your letter of regarding, concerning, in connection with the issue. That statement has to be there. That inquiry has to be in connection with what the inquiry has been made on. So supposing you are the dealer and the customer has inquired, so being a dealer, you will be writing like this. I refer to your inquiry about, relating to. I have received your letter of requesting information about. We would like to thank you. Now in the second paragraph, you can write all these lines. I have, and then I have checked, looked, and here I am with the possible solution. Okay, and the final paragraph, like the best choice would be I highly recommend. Okay, so these all, no, this will not be the final paragraph, this will be all in the second paragraph, right? In the second paragraph, any one of these lines you can choose and you can make up your writing very strong. Okay, make your suggestion, justifying, pointing out pros and cons and everything else. So finally, if you would like to if you would like to reject, or if you would like to if you would like to appreciate, in that case this kind of lines can be used. So we are going to I see the ending part will be, don't have to copy everything, only just choose some lines that will make up your first paragraph, the second paragraph and the final paragraph. Okay, and I will be looking forward to your creativity in this. Let me see the reply. I'll give you two questions, one on inquiry and one on the reply. So establishing goodwill and suggesting contact. I hope the suggestion information, this is the concluding paragraph, right? So you have got enough information, and here another letter has been uploaded. Here we have another letter, so you can take your reference from this letter also and write your own inquiry, one inquiry letter